you'll get a whole building of alcoholics, or you'll get freaking riots going on at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Hello, how are ya? Nice to see you. To see you nice. Oh my god, it's so beautiful outside. The sun is setting and the sea is flowing. So today I wanted to do a Q&A. Oh my god, it's like my first Q&A ever. If you don't know, I work as a teacher in Kuwait, and then when the whole pandemic thing happened, I was encouraged by my company to go to the UK, so I was applying for repatriation in Cyprus. In a way, I've been repatriated twice. I'm finally in Cyprus. I'm really happy to be here and I'm safe, thank God. If you want to know about that experience and what it was like being repatriated, I do have it in my previous video, so I'll link that somewhere here. For people who are living in a country that they're not citizens of and they are trying to be repatriated, hopefully this could help out the people who are a little bit confused, a little bit unsure about their situation and need some questions answered. So I'm going to answer them as best I can and hopefully help a person or two. So the first question is, why are they keeping you there for so long? So yeah, they're keeping us here for 2 weeks. I think it's because the incubation period of coronavirus is 2 weeks, and obviously when people come in from another country, there's risk of it spreading, so they're taking the most precautions to contain that and not allow it to spread to people. They have been so efficient. Like every couple of days a nurse comes around, she knocks on our door and she takes our temperatures. They've organized a car to take us home after the 14 days. Even though they took swab tests at the airport to check if we have corona, between the airport and us getting here, we were in a bus together, so we could have caught it on the way. If the 2 weeks are up and then at the end they find that we have it, then we'll have to be quarantined for longer. Please God say that I don't have it. The next question is, do you have to pay for food, drink or accommodation while quarantined? That's a good question. No, we don't. We have been provided not only food and drink for free, but delicious food and drink. Like every meal is so good. Guys, I smell the Greek fumes. Yum! These are typical Greek patates. Oh my god. So for instance, I called up the reception and I was like, hey, I really feel like a snack. The thing with Greeks is they're so hospitable, and if you say you're hungry, oh my god, you're gonna send them crazy. They're like, oh my god, you're hungry, what can we feed you? You know, especially younger people. So she was like, oh, I'm so sorry, like we don't really have anything. The next day, I don't know if it was me who influenced this, but they came round and they brought us huge boxes of cakes and cupcakes and like just loads and loads of snacks. So needless to say, they have been really hospitable. The Cyprus government has obviously given them a substantial budget to take care of us. So even though we're quarantined, we're not being treated like prisoners or anything like that, and everything is free of charge. The next one is, do you get to go outside for a walk once a day? Well, the short answer is no. Luckily, I have a balcony with a sea view. The outside of the hotel is guarded by army men. Soldiers, basically, army men. They sit there all day, bless their souls. That can't be a fun job. But one thing I know about Cypriots is they are really good at talking for hours and hours and hours. And when I look outside that balcony, I can see them just chilling and talking and drinking coffee and just, you know, having a good old time. I am lucky. I'm one of very few on the sea-facing side of the building. I feel like it might be because my last name is Anastasiadis. I feel like sometimes that gets me preferential treatment because they assume that I'm related to the president. Use it to your advantage, why not? Another question is, how did you get repatriated from England to Cyprus? Okay, so my repatriation process for England to Cyprus went like this. I called the embassy and I was like, hey, I want to get back to Cyprus. I'm in a situation where accommodation is really expensive and I can't afford to stay in the UK for too long. Like, it's just not financially possible for me. So they were like, okay, well, we have a lot of people in your situation. We haven't started sending people back yet, but you can get onto this website called Connect2CY. So if any of you are Cypriot residents or Cypriot nationals and are interested, I'll leave the link to the website below, and you put in all your details. You put in your, you know, your general details like your name, your date of birth, also your Taftotita number, so make sure you have your Taftotita number and you sign up for that, right? Then I got a notification that if I wanted to go, I had to go onto the Connect2CY website, go onto my profile, and there's a button that says submit preference. I think that's what it says. You click on it, and then there's a drop down bar, and then you click the date that you would rather go to. I think it's between 1 month and another month, and then you just wait. After I submitted my preference, this was about 4 or 5 days later, so it was pretty quick, and they called me saying, hi, you've applied for repatriation, would you like to book a ticket? And I said yes, and it was simple as that, and here I am. My flight was 2 days later, so it was a really quick process. So if anyone's feeling like, oh my gosh, like it's never gonna happen, submit your preference for your date and then wait a few days. It won't take too long. They should get to you, all right? Cool. The next one is, are you allowed to drink alcohol? One of my friends asked this. He was like, man, can you at least drink in there? First of all, I was like, I don't want to drink. No, we're not. I don't know if it's the same reason, but my parents who are currently in India, they're not allowed to drink alcohol either. And it's really to keep the order. Think about if people are quarantined and then they're gonna drink, you'll get a whole building of alcoholics, or you'll get freaking riots going on at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. You'll get people on the balcony like, let us not. It's just not going to be pretty. How do you not go crazy? Okay, this is a really good question actually, because I'm stuck between these four walls and you would imagine that I would go crazy. That sense of incubation is just like, oh my god, like what are you going to do? Just like walk up and down, jump on the freaking bed, like what are you going to do? So here's my advice for anyone who's quarantined or anyone who feels like they're going crazy. Firstly, you need to set goals for yourself. We as humans thrive off goals. You need to have an aim for your day. It's okay to relax once in a while, to say I'm just gonna lie in bed all day. That's fine. You're not, you're gonna be freaking judged for lazing around. But you need to wake up sometimes and just have a schedule for your day. Every day I wake up and I know that I have certain goals that I need to achieve, and by the end of the day, once I achieve them, I feel such a sense of gratification. So it's almost as if I'm not quarantined, because I'm still feeling the same things as I was feeling when I wasn't quarantined. I'm still aiming for something, achieving it, and then feeling good about it. And so I really encourage you just to have a plan for your day, even if it's a loose plan. Even if it's like, I'm gonna have a shower, then I'm gonna chill on the balcony for a bit, then I'm gonna watch a movie, then I'm gonna play a game, and then I'm gonna maybe write a poem. Another thing that's important is to stay connected with the people that you love. Don't shut yourself off. Don't just hide under the blankets and be like, I'm gonna go to sleep until this all ends. No. Make sure that you're talking to the ones you love, updating them, keeping things as normal as possible. And also, try to stay as active as possible. Like, I know that this room is so small, but sometimes I just put on some music and have a good old dance. Sometimes I do some yoga.
And reach out.
There's never an excuse not to be active, even in a small room like this. And also, try not to eat too much junk food. I'm a huge culprit of eating too much junk food. Like, I love my sweets. I freaking love them. But if I eat too much of them, then I get sluggish, I start having a negative outlook, and my stomach gets fat. So, nobody wants a fat stomach, and nobody wants to be negative, right? So, let's make sure that we stay healthy in every way, stay active and stay healthy with our diet. That actually leads me to the end of the video. I hope this was helpful for anyone who wants to be repatriated. I hope this gave you some insight into what it's like being completely quarantined and isolated, and I hope it inspired some people to stay productive and stay positive during quarantine. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any other questions about being repatriated or about quarantine in general, leave it in the comments below and I will answer it. If you like this kind of content, let me know. If you would like me to upload different kind of content, let me know. Other than that, would really appreciate a like, would really appreciate if you subscribe to my channel. It keeps me going, darling. For the next segment of this video, I am going to speak for 1 minute about something that has inspired me lately. See you later! Something that has inspired me is the Cyprus government and how well that they've taken care of us. I can't express just how happy I am and how proud I am of my country. For so long I have had an identity crisis and I have been unsure of where I'm from. Am I British? Am I Cypriot? I've lived in 8 different countries. Am I Malaysian? What am I? And I feel like seeing the Cyprus government do this for us and seeing them show so much love makes me really proud to be Cypriot. And I don't know if that makes me any more Cypriot, but what I know is that it makes me feel like I want to devote myself more to my country and do more for my country because I've seen how much they care for me. So that is what I've been inspired by lately. Thank you once again. I've said it a million times, but thank you again, Cyprus, for being amazing. And that is my inspiration for this video. Thank you so much and have a fabulous quarantine, darling. See you later. Bye.